Oh, hey there. My name is Toby, and today we're going to be personalizing my Behringer Wing Compact. Today, I will be using this carbon fiber car wrap that I found on Amazon to wrap my armrest with. This is going to be an easy and quick way for me to get that black on black finish on my Behringer Wing Compact and make sure that I am not damaging the Behringer Wing in any way. The length of this car wrap is 17.75 inches by 5 feet. Is about the same exact length of the Behringer Wing Compact from left to right, as you can see here. You will need a Phillips head screwdriver in order to detach the armrest from the Behringer Wing Compact. The carbon fiber wrap that I got has a semi-gloss, semi-matte finish to it, which is perfect because I didn't want it to be too shiny and be a little distracting to me, but I wanted it to just have a nice black finish, and this is exactly what I got. By the way, everything that I'm using today to turn my brown armrest into a black one is in the link of my description, so feel free to click down there and find what you need. Once you open the wrap completely, you'll notice that the other side is white. That side is where you would have the sticky side. Keep in mind that the sticky side is actually not going to be that sticky just yet. We're going to have to apply heat to the carbon fiber to activate the quote-unquote stickiness so that we can get the exact finish that we want. In order to detach the armrest, you're going to have to unscrew the 2 bottom screws that are right under the armrest. There are just 2 screws, and you can use your Phillips head screwdriver to loosen them. Keep in mind that once you loosen the screws, they're not intended to come completely off of the console. They're only intended to be loosened. So once you loosen them enough, you can just lift off the armrest from the console and the screws will still stay attached. I thought that was a brilliant design by Behringer so that we don't accidentally drop the screw and now we're trying to find the screw. Thanks, Behringer. Once you take the wood off of the wing, you notice that the wood is very light and very soft. It's not heavy at all. It feels like maybe 1 or 2 pounds. So what we'll need to do is clean the armrest so that we don't have any dust or dirt on it as we attach the carbon fiber to it. I will be using 70% isopropyl alcohol prep wipes to wipe down the armrest. I got these straight off of Amazon like everything else that I'll be using today, and again, the links are in the description. You'll also need some scissors to cut the carbon fiber to your desired length. In my case, I cut around 4 inches or so, as you'll see later on. Next, you'll need something to heat the carbon fiber with. The way that it works is that in order for you to get the best out of the carbon fiber and to make it stick, it needs to be activated by heat. So in my case, I'm just going to be using my hair blow dryer. This is something that I've already owned, but if you don't have one, feel free to potentially just borrow one from someone, or if you want to buy one, you can do that as well. So here I am opening up the alcohol wipes, and I'm going to use those to just clean the surface of my armrest. You want to make sure you get every bit of the armrest that you can possibly get. And I didn't show this, but I also washed my hands before I got this started, just so that I'm not doing double work and putting dirt on with my hands as I'm trying to clean. I used this tape measure to mark how long I wanted the carbon fiber wrap to be. In my case, 4 inches long was perfect. And what I did there after marking it was just draw a line from the top of it to the bottom so that I can use that to cut more accurately. I want as clean of a cut as I can possibly get, so that's what I'm doing right here. If you're enjoying this video so far, or it's been helpful to you in any way, please consider liking and subscribing to my YouTube page so that I can continue to make more content for you all. So once you do that, you're then going to have one piece of the carbon fiber wrap, and now you can loosen it. So once you detach it, remember the wrap is not as sticky as it's going to be once you apply the heat. But what you need to do is go ahead and put the armrest on top of it, and you want to make sure that you wrap it in a way that is most efficient. So in my case, I try to put it in the center and then wrap around it. My goal is to just cover the top of it and not all of it, because I want to expose the screwdriver holes so that I can screw them back in easily. So as you can see here, I am applying the heat with my blow dryer, and you can visibly see that it is bending the form or the shape of the carbon fiber. And what you can't feel is that it's really hot, but it's allowing me to stick it right where I want it to be. If you have trouble doing this, don't worry, just go ahead and pull it off and try again. It did take me a couple times to figure out how to put it on in a way that was most effective. So what I'm doing is that I am applying the heat at one spot at a time and then bending it and then making sure that I have that section completely covered. And if I have extra, you'll see me cutting some of the extra pieces off because I want it to be as smooth and as clean as possible. So you can continue to do this until most of your armrest is completely covered. I will say the hardest part of this was getting the corners, because you want to make sure that the corners are as smooth as possible so they fit on the Behringer compact properly. So take your time with the corners and try not to cut too much off, because I did have a challenge of cutting too much off the first time that I tried, and it completely exposed that side. Unless you do something like this every day, you will have to take your time with this to make sure that you get it looking pretty good. So at this point, I have it almost exactly how I want it. I want the screw holes to be exposed so that I can easily attach it back to the wing, and I want the rest of it covered. So as you can see, I have it pretty good. I had to apply a little bit more heat to make sure that I didn't have any air pockets. You might have some air pockets, and no worries. All you need to do is use your blow dryer to apply the heat back on it, and then use your thumbs and your fingers to push the air out until that space is flat and smooth. This is as smooth as I was able to get it, and I think I did a pretty good job. After you get it to the point where you feel like it's as smooth as you can get it, go ahead and put it right back on your Behringer wing compact, and just make sure it's sitting well just like it was before. If you did it right, it will fit snug just because it has a little bit more padding on it, but it should fit just right. Now go ahead and screw back on the 2 screws under the Behringer wing compact to reattach the armrest. And there you have it. Here is your black on black Behringer wing compact, and it looks pretty cool. Could you imagine that just changing the armrest gives this mixer such a different look? The brown really made it pop, but this black just kind of gives it a subtle calmness to the wing, and I like it. What do you guys think? Do you guys like the brown better, or do you like the black carbon fiber better? Let me know down in the comments. Do you plan on changing the color of your armrest on your Behringer wing? If so, what do you plan on changing it to? Please let me know down in the comments. You might be wondering, what made me decide to change the color of my armrest in the first place? Well, aside from me not really being too crazy about the brown on black, I think it looks better on the white. I also remember Behringer in one of their videos where you could see the color of the armrest changing. So that was a hint to me that Behringer did indeed want us to personalize our mixers. After all, it is called a personal mixing console. Here are some before and after shots of my Behringer Wing Compact. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time.